3.3 liter V6. When's the last time you saw one of these? A square body Dodge Caravan. It's an all-wheel drive and it's a genuine Arizona vehicle. You can tell because the paint is baked off and it's got no rust. Let's see if we can keep this quick. I want to get to the auction. My buddy went to Bill Luke, family owned since 1927. This dealership is as huge as a city. And they quoted him, let's see, vehicle shimmies and left front hub will get really hot. Inspect and advise. Test drove vehicle and found left front wheel gets hot and can smell the brakes getting hot. Inspected vehicle and found left front caliper is sticking and wheel will not turn when hot, causing the brake rotor and hub to blue from the heat. Advised customer of needed repairs and need to start with replacing left front caliper, hub, and front brakes and bleed brake system. Customer declined repairs and it cost him $133. So my buddy says, well, you want $750 aside to put a whole new everything. Strut, wheel bearing, which comes on a hub style, like the newer type of vehicles, not the old Preston one like that Toyota I just did. Caliper, axle, $750, $1,500. This is a vehicle he uses once in a blue moon to go get a TV or to move a piece of furniture. This thing just sits. The battery is dead, and surprisingly, it's a Sears, and it's a year old. So I said, well, buddy, he's letting me stay in his nice condo in Phoenix, near I-10, near Bill Luke. I said, let me just give it a try and see what I can come up with before you spend another $133 on an estimate somewhere else. So I took off the wheel with this crappy Walmart set, and we're getting distracted for a second, but check this out. This is one of their black chrome Stanley sets, and it's got a 19 millimeter, which is what you need to get the wheel lugs off, but it's only a 3/8 drive. So you go over here to the 1/2-inch drives, and it goes from 11/16 to 13/16. There's no 3/4. A really common size. You can't use the 3/8 ratchet to get the wheel lugs off because it just ain't happening. It's too small. It hugs the wheel. If you put the extension on, it tilts sideways. So I'm SOL. Luckily, I bought some crappy sockets at Walmart, and they're crappy. Was it $10 for this extra short swing bar? But it worked. It was a bit of a challenge, but I got them off. And I took my 99-cent Walmart screwdriver, and I stuck it in, and I chipped off the edge of this phenolic resin piston, just a little bit of it. It's plastic, basically. Be nice if it would focus, but there we go. Anyhow, I retracted the piston, and I don't think this thing is seized. As it retracts, it's pretty far out of its bore of the caliper, but it seems to go in easily. And stuff does rust here. It does rain. So what I do notice is the brake pads are right down to the backing plates. And it's not the best thing, but the rotor, let me turn the light on. The rotor doesn't seem to have gotten too much damage from the brake pads being worn right down. I would use the same rotor. I'm not going to have my buddy put new rotors on. They're cheap, but you don't need them. These are nice and thick. So I don't think the caliper is seized. I don't think the wheel bearing is bad because they don't necessarily get hot. They just rumble. And I haven't driven this Chariot, so maybe what I'll do is I'll go to AutoZone and buy a cheap set of brake pads. He hardly uses this thing. He's got a Mustang convertible. All-wheel drive. When's the last time you saw an all-wheel drive minivan? When's the last time you saw one of those square body minivans? Yep. It's got a differential in back. A friend of mine had one of these a long time ago. He got it after he got rid of his V6 diesel Cutlass Sierra front-wheel drive. Yep, a diesel V6 Sierra, which ran fine until he overheated it because the relay for the fan, or the resistor, it had a giant ceramic resistor for the fan. It melted, and he didn't turn the fan on. He forgot and let it idling, and it overheated. And a huge resistor here to have a 2-speed fan. Diesel V6 Sierra. So, I think all this thing needs, in my humble opinion, aside from me chipping the little plastic piston, I think all it needs, well, the sliders are good. All this thing needs is a set of brake pads. Basically, he could have done the job. The mechanic for $133 could have thrown a set of brake pads on, but I don't know. Why would the mechanic make up a story? Because they have big overhead? And you can't really tell if an axle bearing is bad because you got to put a bit of load on it. I could turn it, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. I'm going to get my buddy a set of brake pads and maybe save him $1,500. Maybe I'll just fix it, put it back together, and take it for a drive and not even tell him that I fixed it. I'll just get some booster cables and boost this baby up and give back these tools at Walmart because they're all junko at high-priced Walmart. No bargains on tools at Walmart. That's it. I'm going to go off to the car auction, see what I can come up with. 3.3 liter. I wonder how many miles this car has. Nice and clean inside. Look at that. Well maintained. This guy knows how to drop parts and make them disappear under the hood. Uh-oh. Where'd that go? Well, there it is, underneath the air conditioning compressor. Way down yonder. That'll be my next challenge. Give me a second and see if I can go get that. Well, that was easy enough. I just reached up underneath. Nice and clean inside. Old push rod, 3.3. Better than the Mitsubishi motors they used to put in with the overhead cam and the guides would break. I had one of those a long time ago, a 4-cylinder I think, and the V6s were no better. So, no corrosion here. These shock towers used to go up through the hood. It's got a coil pack over here versus the one that I have at my shop has a coil pack over here behind the power steering pump. So I'm going to put the booster cables on this later once I get the brake pads installed. There you have it, an all-wheel drive 91 with a rusted roof. Just like that Suburban I brought back from Phoenix in 2011. This is a Dodge Caravan Special Edition. Bear-even. I wonder what the interior looks like. Squeak! Roll down windows, power door locks, and how many miles? 85,000 miles. Yeah, this thing just sits, and now that it's broken down, it really sits. I remember these. I used to work with them a long time ago, and here's one. I'm going to save my buddy some money, and I'm very appreciative that I'm staying in his townhouse. I'm going to fix this van up, get it back on the road.